morning, everybody, and welcome to a review of Rent the Girlfriend, Season 5, Episode 7 review. Now, before I do this, I'd like to say one thing. I'm disappointed by many people who can't handle Rent a Girlfriend. I feel like y'all are not patient enough. That's why I feel. I feel like y'all not patient. You know why I love Rent a Girlfriend? As the GOAT of rom-coms, and I'm not rage baiting, I'm just spitting facts. When you look at all the rom-coms, every rom-com we have watched, past and present, always rush. They always rush. And then you ask yourself, damn, what a waste of time. What a freaking waste. So, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but a few days ago, there's been a post of this meme where Chizuru was sitting on that throne, the head of the table throne, and you got all the other rom-coms that were great. Call Me Can't Communicate, Quintessential Quadruplets, Kaguya Summer's Lovers War, Toradora, all bowing at Chizuru. I posted that throne. I'm the one who posted that. I posted that and spread the word. I even posted it on TikTok. Because I'm telling you this, you gotta be patient. This is not a rush rom-com. This is a patient rom-com that you have to experience. The symbolisms, the metaphors, the things that you got to read between the lines. You got to be patient with this show. And yeah, it's like you're pushing Kazuya and Chizuru together, but it's not that easy. It really ain't. You got to remember, this is a college rom-com. Not a high school rom-com where you just automatically pick the side. No. It's one of those things where you have to be really, really patient. The life that Chizuru, Kazuya have. Mami-chan, Sumi, Ruka, even Mini. You gotta think outside the box for this. Last week, Kazuya was ghosted for 3 months. Ever since the Hawaii arc, up till this one, it's been 3 months. And Chizuru still thinks about that incident, that the kiss, that to a point where Kazuya, he still think about Kazuya with that carrot, you know? And I just tell you something, like, it's the love. Chizuru never had the word love. See, the word love lingers around too much. Love works in mysterious ways, both good and bad. Love is inadequate, love is adequate. But it all depends how it works. And that's what Chizuru was kind of going by. And leave it to Minnie to be the wing woman that she is, trying to get those two together. This episode of Rent a Girlfriend Review is more like we're now resetting. We are now Groundhog's Day. You guys know Groundhog's Day, one of the greatest movies ever. That's what it was. It's like, am I living in a Groundhog's Day? We're going right back to square one? Yeah. So you got to remember, it's one of those things where it's like there's an arc and there's a reset. There's an arc, there's a reset. And after the Hawaii arc, we're now in the reset button. We're back to square one all over again. And it's Valentine's Day, so 2 weeks after. So 3 months ghosted, nowhere to be seen. You gotta check on Ruka. We haven't seen her in 3 months. We haven't seen bitch ass mommy for 3 months. So it's up right back to square one. But this was this. Anyway, let's get right to the review of Rent a Girlfriend Season 5, Episode 7. Okay. Kazuya has been dumped. Well, I won't use the word dumb, more like down. He's been ghosted for 3 months. Not getting a word about the yoga pants that he mentioned to Chizuru. But I'm glad we got Sumi, though. Let me just say this. This is best girl right here. I'm glad we got Suma. I said Suma. Sorry. I'm glad we got Sumi Sakurasara, best girl of the franchise, explaining to us how ghosted works, ways that go to hell, how you blocked and how you unblocked. You know, the importance of blocking. So I'm glad Sumi gave us advice. You know, I'm glad she did. Great to see her again. I love Sumi. Oh, God. They need an OVA of Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend, making it to a spinoff anime. I got the mangas to prove. I got a Sumi shrine here. You might as well just put a Sumi freaking OVA. I don't. But not getting a word out. Here comes Minnie coming to the prey and thinking about what to say. You know, Minnie is the best wing woman we have of the decade. if you look at all the wing women's past and present, you will generally put Minnie in the top 5. No cap. I am serious. You gotta put her in top. Telling Kazuya, like, it's not your fault. It's Ruka. Like, because, yeah, remember, she hurt Ruka. You gotta remember, that kiss kind of hurt Ruka because Ruka loves Kazuya. So at that point, when she kissed Kazuya twice, that was a way to shut Mami-chan down. But it affects Ruka so much because Ruka loves Kazuya so much, which got us to with those latest chapters, kind of like up the ante a bit, but that's here or there. Okay, so after 3 months of isolation, Kazuya has been down in the dumps. Leave it to Minnie to be there, and sometimes I do feel bad for Kazuya. Sometimes I do have a love and hate relationship with Kazuya. I mean, Kazuya has been one of those, like, he don't know what to do or what to say because he's worried that if one thing happens, the other ends. So that's why, even though I want him to step up at times, he still shows that he's care. Okay, so once he got the reply back, he finally messaged him. He messaged Chizuru, and then all of a sudden he got a rental date with Chizuru. So 3 months of ghosting, got rented Chizuru out, and now we're back at a regular date. We're now at a regular. It's like going back in time to the first time they had a rental girlfriend date. It's like going right back in time, and you got Kazuya fidgeting like always. He got Kazuya fidgeting like always ever since the kiss. And he's still thinking about those juicy ass lips. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure everyone loves Chizuru juicy ass lips. I mean, come on. You gotta give props. You gotta give props to the animators for giving us those juicy ass lips. You cannot deny that. Like, literally and physically, you cannot deny that. That did a good job on those lips. But again, Kazuya's all fidgeting and all that, so I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Because he wants to bring up how he felt about the Hawaii arc, It's like that arc was the impactful. It changed how point of view for Kazuya and Chizuru's relationship. That was the whole thing. And Chizuru came out and she acting like nothing ever happened. You gotta remember, she's in that rental girlfriend phase, so she has to be like the rental girlfriend phase. She's like, she ain't like, come on. Chizuru is trying to be an actress. Don't think that she knows about the whole kiss, but this is part of her job. So they go on a date. They go on this tea. They decided to go on a date, and they have this parfait. They went to this little cafe. They went to a cafe. They got parfait, little shortcakes, and all those little, And Kazuya still can't get over the hump of those lips. He's still fantasizing those lips. Yeah, it's like we're going right back to the point where we're constantly looking at Chizuru's body, like, oh, the sweater, the dress, the legs, all that stuff. It's like, is this Groundhog's Day? Like, we're still going back. This is Kazuya, still Kazuya. The only thing is he's just looking at those lips, those juicy ass lips. That's the only thing he's been thinking about. After Minnie telling him to like, long story short, open up to Chizuru how you really feel and all that. But he can't do it because he's still thinking about that kiss. So, and like he always, he spends on the date. He spends on the food and everything, which everyone's being a little like controversial about how he spends so much on Chizuru. Look, I get it. Kazuya spends so much money on Chizuru. But that just shows you that he will go to the depths of the world. He will go through the ends of the world for Chizuru. That's the thing about this show. You got to understand about Rent a Girlfriend. This is why fuck around with the show, because this is why you guys got to read it and watch it, because you never know what route Kazuya will have an effect on. Yes, Kazuya loves Chizuru, no question about it. But there will be a time where what if Chizuru dies? What if Kazuya dies? What if Kazuya and Chizuru come together and they move away and they become together and have a kid? Or what if this whole rent-a-girlfriend thing was all a diary? You see what I'm saying? There are twists and turns that you don't know about, but it might happen at some point. But I stand by corrected. Heck, I actually want to see what would have happened if Chizuru kissed Kazuya in the hospital when he's lying down. Trademark. Don't steal my idea, writers. Do not steal my idea. That's my idea. That's my idea. I can see Kazuya laying on the hospital bed and Chizuru crying and then just kiss Kazuya. That's my idea. Trademark. Don't steal that. Don't steal my ideas. But again, going back to what I said with the whole date thing, him spending money again, and all whisper. Kazuya's been like, he's like, okay, I got 30 minutes. I need to think about what to do. They talked. Look, I get it, guys. There was a lot of dialogue in this episode, but it was the only way for Chizuru and Kazuya to release, to able to adapt and express how they truly feel about each other. That was the message that we all wanted to see. That was the message. Okay. Kazuya opened up about his with the kiss thing and how he apologized, but Chizuru was the first one to apologize. Normally, you see Kazuya apologize to Chizuru, but now it's the other way around. Chizuru apologized with the whole Ruka situation, how Ruka feels betrayed after this, and it's been 3 months since we have heard from Ruka, so that kind of took a toll on her. And you know, Ruka usually speaks to Kazuya, calling and checking him, but after that Hawaii arc, it's very, like, 3 months, ghosts and all that, no word from Ruka. And everyone just wants to know what happened to Ruka after that. So, how she felt after. But again, we get to that, well, later on, but soon. Chizuru decides to tell him how he feels in a way that it's my fault. I broke the rules of a rental girlfriend. I didn't mean to do this. And Ella, she was just being open to her feeling. But, she never experienced love before. And this was a way that she loves Kazuya. But not at this, like, you really think it's going to love her automatically? No. No, because, again, she never experienced true love before. And then Kazuya opened up and said, bringing out all his emotions, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put you in this situation. Like, he's blamed himself too. And I like how these two actually apologize to each other because they know how each of them feel. And then Chizuru said, you love Chizuru Mizuhara. Remember, that's her identity. We don't go by Chizuru Inosuke. You know what I mean? Like, we don't say by her original name. Because there's two types of Chizurus. There's the Chizuru Inosuke. I can't pronounce her name. I'm sorry. I'm wrong for that one. That and then Mizuhara. So it's kind of Chizuru Mizuhara. Chizuru Mizuhara. So she basically saying you love the rental girlfriend, but you don't love Chizuru Inosuke. You know what I'm saying? You love the rental girlfriend. You don't love. You like the rental girlfriend, but not the Chizuru. You like rent-a-girlfriend Chizuru. You like rent-a-girlfriend Chizuru, but the true Chizuru, but not the true Chizuru that you may not know. That's the thing. It's the symbolism, the dialogue that you have to listen to get that message. And then so much so, Chizuru gave him a box of chocolates, and it was a good gift. It's like, he still got the broken phone case that he got from season 1. He never changed it. He never changed that broken case phone that he still got from season 1. That just goes to show you that, see, that phone case is still cracked. That still symbolizes that his true love is Chizuru. He ain't changing no phone cases. Chizuru gave him a box of chocolates, and he still kept those. And I'm like, this is why I can't, I really can't, this is why you can't hate this show. He loves this one. And that's why I'm sticking with this. And then after Chizuru left, Kazuya walked 2.5 hours from his. He walked 2.5 hours walking. And at the sense, he's like, no, he's not looking. He's like, yes! Oh my God. He did it. He finally got a, yeah! I still got a shot. This shows you that he still got a shot. This is gonna show you. This just show you that he still have a way to get Chizuru to love him. And that's what we're going to get throughout this season, to prove that he's really loved her regardless. And that's what he's going to do. It doesn't matter if it takes 5, 10, 20 years. He'll still love Chizuru. Because again, he never had like love. He never brought her. But you get what I'm saying? He sees it. Now that Chizuru was talking to him again. Oh, and about the whole yoga pants. It's like, yeah. It just shows you that they're communicating again. We're right back to square one. We're right back to it. I know it sucks and all, but that's what it is. But overall, though, this episode is really good. I mean, yeah, it had a lot of dialogue, but it just showed you just how Chizuru and Kazuya have gone mature in their relationship. And we're going to see more of that later on. Yeah, Kazuya will still be the Kazuya. Chizuru will still be Chizuru. But you can see from the dialogue, they're getting mature and mature as it progresses. So thank you for watching my review of the show. I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I'm sure you will.